2, 1. What's going on, everybody? This is BIKEDOPE. I'm doing it again. And I have a very, 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 very interesting young man here today. Where are we at, sir?
York, Pennsylvania.
York, Pennsylvania.
The first capital of the United States.
York, and I have my man Shane the Train, the man, the myth, the legend. I found him on Instagram myself, just kind of thumbing around, and I really believe in still the goodness of people, but I stumbled across his page and actually seen and watched a lot of his clips that he was doing, and it all, it was all positive, all forward thinking, all just good stuff into the universe. I'm a firm believer if you put it out there good, it's going to come back good. So I thank you 1,000 times over, sir, for doing this for me. I really just met this dude an hour ago, and I called him yesterday, and I was on my way to New Jersey, and I left Jersey, and we actually sat down, and now we're here, and I guess this is fate, call it destiny, call it what you may, but this is very important for me, actually, and I believe all the listeners out there will take the whole idea of BIKEDOPE is to really encourage people to be themselves, man, and to be a great you, and to really just honestly just focus on whatever it is you want to focus on, and don't short yourself, and live in the moment, and honestly just be a great person and help people, and don't stop helping people, but help yourself first, honestly. So let me ask you something, Shane. So for everybody who doesn't know you, you seem like a pretty wired guy. Is that fair to say?
I was given energy, man, and it's taken a long time to harness that energy.
Have you always? Because you seem like from the outset, you seem pretty wired, right? So is this how you really and truly are from when you wake up to when you go to sleep,
hey.
or do you just? Because when you open up the door, when we just met outside, we shook hands like, "Hey, man, what's up?" But then you come downstairs in the green room, and I guess the Incredible Hulk comes out or something. Is that fair to say, or what's the plan there?
Nah, I'm the same dude all day, every day.
Okay.
When I get tired, I go take a nap. That's it. When I get tired, I'm 100 all day, But you can manufacture energy. I've had it. How you spend that energy you manufacture is up to you.
Okay. So.
But I was born with it.
You were born with the stuff. So a lot of people.
But listen, it was hard. In school I got kicked out. I failed 3 grades. Because I couldn't sit around. Yeah, 10th grade, they let me quit, so I quit.
Okay.
It's crazy, the things you go to jail for, they all should have gone to jail. They all should have been fired.
Teachers.
Because here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm not bashing teachers, but I'm saying the system is set up wrong. Because if the real job of the school is to have people that are productive in our community, then we need to change how each of them gets to that point, right?
Correct.
But we have one way of going. And if you're not a good non-thinker, if you don't sit in school and not think, and you don't agree, and you don't keep your mouth closed, and if you can't sit there, then you're going to have a tough time. Even though history has proven that all the ones, not all, but a lot of people that quit school, whether it's college or high school or get kicked out, are usually very creative. So, you have to think on your own.
So, if you've always been like this, when you're in 10th grade and failing classes and stuff, what were you just a wild kid or like? What?
Oh, back then it was drugs and fighting and partying and sexing and just doing. I didn't know what to do with my energy. My dad wasn't around, so I had to. You smash and smash. Praise God, I'm here.
Right.
Mine is through my faith in God that I'm here today.
Okay. So what brought on this? Like, hold on. And for you, if everybody who doesn't know, this guy's studio is awesome. It's nice offices upstairs.
Thank you.
Nice.
My partner Ray Abood. Him and I are partners.
Ray Abood
from Cash Now. Yeah, our studio.
And it's, even and everything smells good, and it's clean, and the floors are nice, and you guys have nice furniture, and the whole shebang, man. So this is, I really thank you sincerely again for taking time out to do this,
and we take the trash out, and we wipe down counters. So don't ever think you're above anything. You're a human.
And you wash your hands when you leave the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah.
So what brought this on, man? How do you? And this is all. What is this? All media?
All live media.
All.
Well, I'm 48. I've been in sales for 30 years now, and I had to recruit telemarketers. And anyone knows anything about telemarketing, when it was hand dialing, when you rotary. So they were the misfits and the artistic ones that had a band and needed to make some money or whatever,
Yeah.
or doing artwork, or they were always doing something else, so they needed some money, or they couldn't fit into anything else, didn't want to be a laborer.
Correct.
I was done doing construction. I didn't want to do it, so I thought, let me get into sales. Well, the only way to get into sales is to find a way to get into sales at the bottom, right?
Okay.
So you get into sales. I started doing telemarketing, and I loved it because it was over the phone. So I could just bash those phones, and then I got commissions. So I got into that when I was like 17, 18 years old. And then traveled all around, learned sales all my life. I'm 48 now, so I did that for a long time and taught other salespeople. So I used to have a 75 station telemarketing room that I was in charge of.
Okay.
So I had to get these people to believe that they were like Superman, right? That they were the CEO, that they could make all this money. And only maybe 1 out of every 200 would like stay more than a month. So you did that over and over again. So I came up with the Shane Train, which was positive, innovative, forward-thinking mind nuggets. Now back then you had a photocopier. So I'd cut out these things, these sayings, and photocopy them. And
Now, do you
hand them
think
out.
that stuff really works? Or the motivational stickouts?
Well, I don't believe in motivation.
Okay.
I believe in
Well,
drive.
a lot of people do, though. You know what I mean?
Well,
so when you come
but
in.
a lot of people aren't successful.
Okay.
So motivation is going to come and go.
Okay.
Right? You're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel angry. You're going to feel sad. I feel all my emotions. But disciplines are something you do anyway. It has nothing to do with how you feel.
And you spoke earlier that discipline is what to you? Your master.
My master is my disciplines. That's my master.
So your discipline is what? What you say? You have 6 or 7 disciplines?
5 disciplines.
5 disciplines.
I wake up, I take an hour a day to make sure I don't get on my phone or do anything. I just chill out and get my mind right, become grateful, listen to good things, good, positive, things.
So that's one thing. So what are the other 4 things?
Get the mind right first. Then I run or walk for at least a mile or 2 a day, sometimes less. I go through the motions, though. When it comes to my disciplines, I go through the motions.
Okay.
So even if I walk 10 feet, I put my sneakers on, and I'll walk 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah? Because the discipline of the habit of doing it is more important than the miles you put on.
Right.
Because if you do something every day, guess what? It'll work itself out.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
But everybody wants to run a marathon, so they don't run. Or they don't exercise.
Right.
All right, so I had to eliminate excuses. So anyway, I do my exercise, then I do my my salt. I do my meditation. So I do my meditation, and then I also do my salt bath, which detoxifies your body with lavender, spearmint or peppermint, and Epsom salt. 15 minutes. So I do that, and then I spend time with my family every day. That's important to me and my community, and I do that right there every day.
That's interesting, man. Because a lot of people that, I guess, listen to the podcast and do stuff like that just don't really. A lot of people just are stuck in just being one way and are scared sometimes to get out there and try new things, and don't want to experience life. And so I just try to meet people who can just help invigorate people, man. To let them know it's okay even for a dude to say he takes a bath. You know what I'm saying?
I don't take showers anymore, man. I take Epsom salt. I don't care what. See, when you love yourself and you work on yourself, what other people think of you is none of your business. So I'm sure people have a lot of opinions about me. But my opinion is the only one that's going to get me where I want to go. My one's the only one that's going to keep me from being depressed.
So where are you trying to go then? Like, what are we trying to do? The main.
Let's connect the human race. I'm a cheerleader for the human race.
You're a cheerleader for the human race. Okay. No, you have to elaborate.
The human race is a flat line. Listen, we're taught that if you like a team and I like a team, right, that you say these things, you see it on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
If I see stuff like that on my Facebook, then people are gone because they don't get it.
Okay.
Right? Like your team, that's great. You should be trying to tell someone to separate them from their team. That's your team, great.
Right.
But other people's team doesn't matter. I mean, in fun, yeah, but people take that outside the fun. The other thing is they say, if you're from here and I'm from here, like that you stink. I'm from the north, you're from the south. You're from a different country. You're a different color.
Right.
You're fat, I'm skinny. You're rich, I'm poor. Right? You dress a certain way, I don't. All those are separators. You're Republican, I'm Democrat. Who'd you vote for? Right?
Yeah. So all that doesn't
all
matter.
that is for it doesn't matter.
Right.
But what does matter is saying no and not being distracted. See, it's easy to say these things, but it's hard to do them. Like when you feed your focus and you starve your distractions.
Feed your focus and starve your distractions.
You can't help people move. When someone calls you to move and they're going to get mad at you, But if your thinking is going to be different, then everyone else around you is not going to get you. So you have to allot for hate.
A lot of people struggle with that. I think I'm one of them a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, but that's because we were brought up that way. But the shame train gets you to think if you want to be 1%, it's all about changing and rewiring. It's funny, you'll update your phone every time it says there's an update, operating system. Yeah. Update this app. You update it. But you haven't updated your app since your parents and grandparents told you every holiday the same old stories.
Yeah.
Right? How to live
That's
and
true.
how to be happy.
That's very true.
And you're the only one that knows how to make you happy.
Yeah.
And yet you listen to everyone else. I
spoke to you yesterday, and you spoke of the simple things. You said life is pretty simple, right? Elaborate on that. How do you like the 7?
I wake up and I do what I do. Mm-hmm. You know, I love making coffee for my wife and my kids. You know, my daughter is a teacher, so we're getting ready to be. So she likes me to make her coffee, and they like me to make them dinner. You know, and then listen, when people say, I don't do it all the time. I do it as much as I can when I fit in my space, when I can change my space. I ride time. See, when you go to your deathbed, like most people will never believe me that money doesn't matter. But how you get it does matter. You know, listen, I have nice cars, I have nice stuff, but I always did it my way. Not always, that's not true, but I do it my way. Now, and if it comes, it comes. If it goes, it goes, and I live in flow. And living in flow means if someone comes out of your life, there's a reason. And if you hold on to the old and never grab onto the new, you're gonna stay miserable. See, because you not changing is changing you.
Yeah.
You staying the same is you hanging out with your old homies. If you become successful, your old friends they're gonna be jealous. So here's the part that people understand. Look, there's a time to cut ties. Look, all of us have an oak tree in us. All of us are not going to go through the dirt to become an oak tree.
Right.
That's the truth.
Absolutely.
And we have seasons. Go look at a tree and see how many leaves are on the ground and how many become oak trees.
Yeah.
Not many.
Right.
Because most of them are not going to be willing to go through the dirt. Look, an oak tree seed has three things to it. Okay, and why are things metaphoric? Because it's universal. There's a cap, a stem, and the seed. Mm-hmm. The stem is what goes from the old to the new. That's the transfer from the old to the new.
Correct.
Okay?
Right.
The cap protects it. But when that stuff all falls off, the oak tree's got to grow up and be an oak tree. And what the oak tree definitely never does is it never looks around and says, am I growing like the other oak trees?
Yeah.
It just grows.
Correct.
That's it. And then see, here we are to another simple thing. And people still want to be like, yeah, but it's not that simple. But yet I have documentation to prove it is.
Documentation as far as?
Peace conversation. I have 10,000 videos to prove everything I told you. All the principles I'm telling you are fact. Why are they fact? Not because I'm telling you. Because I have documentation
what
of the
conversation. What made you document that, though? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Well, my daughters lost their mom to cancer in 2013.
Sorry to hear that.
But we all have stuff, right? I tell people that stuff from the gate, so we all know where we're at. What are you doing with it after the fact? So they lost their mom. It was terrible. It was tragic. It was horrible. They listened to her death rattle. It was horrible.
Right.
And so they said to me on January 8th, Dad, we have no videos of our mom. So I said, shoot, I'm going to change that before I die. I would hate for my daughters to have no evidence of their parents. Mm-hmm. Like that in this day and age where we have video. So I started making videos. I have 3 daughters. 2 of my daughters lost their mom. I'm remarried.
Okay.
So I started making videos for them. Now they have almost 2 years straight of my life. What would that do if you had your family's life, almost 2 years of it, of your dad or mom? If you liked them, like I don't look. My dad was never around, so
Same here, buddy.
So I don't look up to him like that. I look up to myself. I look up to my future self all the time. I'm like, dude, act like the future Shane. Act like the one. Because I'm working for a jet. It's not that I'm working for a jet, but if somebody can go to the moon, I can go to the moon.
Yeah.
If somebody can fly on a jet, I can fly on a jet. Somebody having Bugatti, I can have a Bugatti.
So how do people who don't have even the capacity to even think like that, what's the advice for them, though?
Is to watch my videos. There's over 15,000.
Okay.
And watch my show. Get notifications. I come on every day. I'm living proof.
Right, that's your angle. I'm saying how within themselves, though.
Well, they'll what they'll do is the principles are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, the mixture inside of your sauce is different, but the fundamentals on how to put the sauce, how to put the cake together is all the same.
Right.
There's no differences. Right?
Right.
Because you have to see that it takes work. You got to see. You won't see me at barbecues. You won't see me at all these parties. You won't see me doing all this. I do the minimal amount of extra stuff I have to that my wife and kids. That's the truth.
Okay.
Because look, let me show you how time works.
Okay.
Somebody calls you, one of your boys, drunk, hanging out, or your mom or your cousin, and they're telling you about all this bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse my French. They're telling you about all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're on the phone for a half hour. Now you feel like crap. You're not motivated, dude. You feel bad. You're like, oh my God. Now you called 3 people you know and told them what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That happens, bro. I already know it does.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
So you said you don't have time to work out.
Right.
And you put on the TV, you want it to relax. Right?
Yeah.
So now you feel depressed. You don't feel relaxed. And you're going through these motions of all these losers. Look at the results. Look at the end. Man, everyone has the opportunity. I just keep it real. There's no pity party. What has it gotten you when people wait for Christmas to get what they want? That's pathetic.
I think so too.
Right?
I've always
That's
said
a
that.
joke. And yet you listen to those people because they're the loudest.
Yeah.
They got the loudest mouths.
Yeah.
That's why you got to cut them off. You got to block them.
Yeah.
You got to stop getting their stuff. Take them off your friend list. I get rid of 100 people a week on my Facebook. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yo, and you're never gonna have a backbone until you act like you got a backbone.
So do you smoke and drink and all that kind of stuff or whatever?
Nope. I used to do all that. Don't do any of that.
You used to do all that. So you were like in the.
But then people are like, oh, I was an addict. I'm an addict. Feel bad for myself. No, change your behaviors. I run every day. I haven't been sick in 3 years.
How far do you run when you run?
Well, it doesn't matter the fact that I do it.
Well, I mean, that's
the distance
good. I mean,
doesn't matter. I do anywhere from 10 feet to 6 or 7 miles.
I hear you.
The reason I don't say the amount, because it doesn't matter, man. It matters that I do it every day. I tell people, put your sneakers on every day. In a month, you'll be like, oh my God, guess what's going to happen one day? You might actually start walking.
Yeah.
Guess what happens when you walk? You make progress. What does progress do? Progress kills depression. See, until you believe, if you spend all the energy believing that you could do it, and you told yourself stories that you can do it, then you would do it.
Yeah.
But we revert to telling ourselves reasons why we can't do it and why it hasn't worked. And then you're listening to other people. What do they tell you? What are the people that aren't doing it around you? What are your friends that don't have things, that don't have families, don't have cars, don't have houses, right? But yet we can find people that have been in prison, that had felonies, that went to jail, that were addicts, that are successful. Yet you want to keep listening to the people that aren't successful. Listen, it's all a mindset. It's all how we look at it. There's nothing else to this but how do you look at yourself? See, you're your biggest critic because you're the only one you can't run away from. Listen, people don't say anything about you. You say it about yourself, and you say their name. So-and-so doesn't believe me. I can't believe I am totally offended. I'm appalled.
Yeah.
Like, all that is just crushing your inner soul. Yeah. You either seek joyful activities.
So how do you combat that, though? How you just turn that off? Like, because a lot of people struggle with
focus. That's focus. See,
Okay.
once you notice you're going down it,
Yeah.
once you recognize it, then you already made the key. Hold on, there I am. Hold up. What am I going to do? Yo, Shane, you know what? My little sister, Cheyenne, she's like my little sister. She got hit by a heroin addict on August 11th last year. And everyone wants to feel bad, but I'm saying, I feel grateful that I am. When I run, Susie lost her leg. I have a lot of friends that are amputees. My brother lost his leg. But instead you tell the story like, oh my God. I tell the story like, guess what? Why would you not exercise?
Yeah.
You can. They would. They would love to have your leg. You don't know what
Absolutely.
it's like to transfer. Go transfer all day. You run around like it's no big deal, but what if you had one leg or no leg? Would you run around all day like that? Do you understand? Do you know what it's like to get in now? How hard it is to move with a wheelchair, to go to the bathroom,
Every day.
to get up to the sink, to get to the top counter,
Yeah.
how much time it takes? No. So how do I get grateful? I find reasons to become grateful.
Yeah.
People go from the hospital to heaven every day. I live next to a hospital. Like, you can't find reasons to be grateful? You don't know anyone in your family that died? Oh, yeah, but you're feeling bad for yourself because they died. That's right, you're crying. See, I'm not. I'm dying, you're crying.
Yeah. I get that.
Right?
I get that.
You think that they want you to live in misery. Oh my God, they died. What do you think? Who do you think's going to make it out alive? This is funny stuff, but who do you think's going to make it out alive?
Well, it's not funny, but I understand.
No, but it is funny. It is funny that people act like they're going to make it out alive.
Yeah.
And every time someone dies, oh my God, they're gone.
Yeah.
How much time did you really spend with them? So then, why don't you remember the time you spent? This is real stuff. You want to hear from a 1%er how I do it? This is how I do it.
There it is. That's all I can ask. The truth. That's it. This is beautiful.
There's nothing made up here, man. This is how it works. This is how it is. You want it, you get it. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to hang around people that are confident or people that are saps, that are victims? I mean, who? You don't want to hang out. Are you that person?
So the people you hang around are what? Do you hang around like any kind of people that aren't 1%ers?
No. Unless they want to. If you come to me to learn, that's great. If you come to me to earn, it's going to be a problem.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm a teacher. I'm 48 years old. I've been doing this. I've been top in sales. And now I'm at the point where my mind, my body, my soul, and my spirit are one. Why? Not because I'm great. What I'm saying is everyone's possible. But until you believe you're possible, you're never going to be possible.
I understand.
So, you watch my show, and you don't do it, it's just because you don't want to do it. Because every day is the same thing. Listen, it's not like there's some invention.
That's what I was kind of wondering, because in due time, stuff might start kind of sounding kind of monotonous, right?
Well, no, it never does, because
to
listen.
you, but if somebody else might hear it, they don't hear it the same way you do, right? Is that not fair?
No,
to
I don't
say?
know how they hear it, but here's what they do. Look, what do you see? When you see, I don't know LeBron, but I can tell you what, he comes in the heat of the dragon. Tom Brady, he comes in the heat of the dragon, right? What do you respect about those people? What do you respect about Beethoven? What do you respect about Billy Joel? What do you expect about Eminem? What do you expect about Kid Rock? You think they got it? You think they were an overnight success? See, you believe that they were an overnight success. You believe they're talented. They're not. They're hardworking. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're hardworking every day. No days off. That's it. That's the magic.
That's the magic.
But what you work hard at matters.
Okay.
And you still got to do your job. See, people think there's a program that's going to make it easier. That when people tell you what I'm telling you, they don't believe it. Listen, you're never going to achieve it if you don't, because that's the secret sauce. Simplification, 7 colors in the rainbow, 7 musical notes, 10 colors. Yet you want this complicated system that you think you were cheated out of. No, you just have to rewire your thinking.
Yeah.
All you got to do is rewire your thinking. See, I know it blows you away that your thinking is wrong, but it's not your fault. It's not the fault that people taught you wrong. But the people that taught you were your grandparents.
So what made you snap into this person? Like what after you decided to do what? After when your wife,
my ex-wife died of cancer, and then I was a crackhead, and I didn't want to lose I saw death, like clearly, but I did something after I saw death.
Right.
Which means I jumped on the life thing, and I started doing things that make me happy. Happy people make things happen.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. That's impressive, man.
You get creative and things get given you. All I can tell you is that when you take that step, everything else gets given by every step you take. It's crazy. And then you realize that it's never a destination.
So you don't really plan for stuff? You just kind of jump into it balls deep and that's it? Is that how you...
I just jump in. If I know I want to do it, I go and do it. I don't justify it. I just do it.
But a lot of people, so you just jump right in the water. You don't.
Because listen, if you want to do it that bad and you don't have time, when's the best time? If you might die,
right now, yeah.
Why does someone have to say you might die next year? And then you have
yeah,
regret, and you're
that.
like, I want it to be a mechanic.
That.
I want it to be an artist, but yet you never did because you thought there was going to be the right time.
Absolutely.
An artist paints a freaking lot. You got 10,000 hours, 10 years. Get in whatever you're trying to get in. But look, even if you spent 10 minutes a day in a year, you would have all that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say you don't have time, but you waste 80% of their day.
Yeah.
80%. Yo, if you really wanted to be honest with yourself, write down what you did all day. And then now look.
That's heavy. Yeah, that's real heavy.
And the only thing that makes you mad is that you can do more and you're not. Listen, The one that gives the most effort at the end of the day sleeps the best.
Yeah, from what'd you say, going from average to savage? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the one that gives the most effort sleeps the best. It's
Right
a
on.
fact.
Right on. That makes a whole lot of sense.
And effort is not opinions. Listen, trying to fix other people, trying to make the world better by voting in, it doesn't matter who gets in. It matters if you get into your own game.
People,
Isolation and insulation.
It takes a
Isolation
lifetime.
means you got to live on your own,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
got to spend time alone.
Right.
And then insulation means you don't let other people come in there and mess you up. See, this is the general and these are the troops, man. The body always follows the mind. That's the general, this is the troops.
That's interesting, man.
I mean, what good is a Ferrari if you never drive it? Who
Yeah.
cares if it sits in a garage?
I'm kind of confused because it's like you. So does nice stuff make you happy too then?
Well, I mean, I have a super nice Suburban. My wife's got a brand new Mercedes. We lease our cars. I've been all around the world.
Uh-huh.
But what makes me happy is giving everything to everybody.
Right.
So no, things don't make me happy, but there's nothing wrong with having them.
Yeah.
I enjoy getting in my car. And I work hard to get in a brand new Suburban.
There you go.
$80,000 Suburban. My wife's in her Benzie. Yeah, look, hard work, you deserve it if you work hard. See, that's the other thing. People equate rich to being either greedy, right, or they're smart, and neither one of those are true. I mean, how that person is, you got to get to know the person. I don't know.
Yeah.
But having the money doesn't mean that either one of those are true. And then they think if you're poor, you're stupid, or you're just such a saint, you give it all away. Yeah. So neither one of those are true either.
So how do you maintain your you then? What do you do? Like you?
Well, I give away 400 donuts almost every Friday. Not every Friday. I serve people, man. When you serve, you never have to worry about getting.
Are you serve in your own way, not in reference
in
to
my own way? I don't go and give to charities. That's not my thing, man. I don't give
Okay.
to my church because
That's what I was
churches
gonna
do
say,
mission
church.
trips, right? So
Yeah.
church does a mission trip and
Right.
they go to another country, but yet my town has a mission, right? So
Yeah.
if you're not in my town, if you're not doing something here, I mean, I help other people in other towns, but all I'm saying is you do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
So do that.
Yeah.
But you got to give, whether it's going to cut the lady's grass next to you or cut your mom's yard or cook dinner for somebody but also understand that doing that and not taking care of yourself is not the right way to do it. You have to be strong. In order to do it every day, you have to be physically fit. And to be physically fit, you need to be mentally fit.
Absolutely.
And that's not a destination. So do 5 habits every day that will get you towards the things you want. If you want a fit body, a fit mind. I mean, I see people take care of their cat and dog better than they take care of their body. They'll be like, yo, you're not giving that to my animal. And I look at them and they're like 300 pounds. And I'm like, but yet you shove all that in your throat.
Yeah.
You shove all that chemicals down your throat.
Right.
You do all that stuff, and yet you want to protect your cat. See, people want to have all these things, right? Mm-hmm. Don't touch my car. My car. Listen, I got a nice car, but it's a car, man. Right? Mm-hmm. I love my kids and my wife. You know, cooking breakfast for them, taking them to school, being there for my family and being there for my community. My life is 1 mile. And then social media. I love my social media. And here's the thing about social media. I mean, we revamped and changed the way it all works. With social media, you have the advantage to learn people from the inside out.
Yeah.
In person, you have to learn them from the outside in.
Yep. Yeah.
But see, people have this thing they won't unfriend people. See, people, I love resistance. See, you hate it. The 3 things that I love, you avoid. You run from. It's crazy.
Have you written any books?
No. People tell me I need someone to do it. But look, the 3 things that people run from every day, I run towards.
Okay.
Loneliness, fear, rejection, and the unknown.
Okay.
Every day, I go and figure it out. Every day. I love those things, but they make me stronger, right? But when you fear them, they make you weaker.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. You want everything to be, not you, but people want everything laid out. I want to know what it's going to look like next year. I want to know what's going to be in my bag. I want to know this. I want to know this. I want to know everything's going to be okay because I want one thing. Comfort. And with comfort, I get what? What am I chasing? Happiness. What's the one thing we chase with? Everything we do, we chase one thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I say, yo, Go right to the manufacturer. Maybe the problem is you haven't been going to the manufacturer. You went to a job that you hate and you think you're going to work 40 years. And then at the end of the 40 years, you think you're going to be healthier. You think you're going to be ready. You think you're going to have more courage. No!
Yeah, it don't work like that.
You got to start doing it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. And guess what? You might figure out that you don't like it. Imagine living your whole life wanting to do something. You tried it once, and in 1 week you realized you never wanted it. But your whole life, if you didn't try it, you would have never known that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, crazy. You might find out there's something you never even knew you liked. Why? Because you tried something. Because you took some action.
Yeah.
Go get resistance, man. I love failing. I love resistance. I love trying stuff. I love getting my face smashed in, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I love it. And people say, yeah, but I do. I'm living proof. I have documentation over conversation.
That's impressive, man. So you
Did I have enough for this, for the podcast?
You got about another 10 minutes, sir.
All right. Well,
and I'm sure it's not gonna be too hard for you.
So.
Let me ask you this: what's the deal with the donuts, man?
Well, one of our friends was getting donuts once, and we said we'll get them for him. And I didn't realize it would turn out to be what it is. I mean, they wrote about it in the paper. They followed me. I told him not to. And now is my friend Mark Walters, who followed me around. I told him no because I didn't want anyone to know. We were just doing it because, me and my wife remember when we didn't have any money and everything was getting shut off. And she was crying and our phones got shut off. And I said to her, I was like, look, you need to call your mom right now. No one will lend me any money. We need to get this phone bill paid off or we're done. And it was $263. And I said, the only thing we need to have is the phone. and she called her mom,
okay.
Praise God, and we got the money, we got the phones put back on. Because if no one could call us, they couldn't do business with us.
Yeah.
So it was crucial. And that was just, man, I remember when my wife, when I met my wife 11 years ago, she helped me move my bed into the family room because I rented my basement I rented my garage, I rented my master bedroom, I put my kids in one room because I rented their bedrooms out. People aren't willing to do whatever it takes. They're not willing to be uncomfortable, right? Mm-hmm. I've been super uncomfortable. So why do I work so hard every day? Because if you don't know what it's like to have the sheriff lock your house, you just don't know, man. Like, you don't know what you don't know, right? So people want to start a business. They want to have everything. They want to start their life. They want to have everything. But the reason I'm successful is because I've had nothing. And so with nothing, guess what you get? Your greatest advantage is when you have nothing, when you're down and out. Because if you can't be resourceful, you'll never be successful.
Absolutely.
Money doesn't make you successful.
A lot of people
Having
don't know
nothing makes you resourceful, and being resourceful makes you successful. If you see a business person, you don't see. This is great, but everyone saw the process. This started with $50.
I'm sure. I mean,
and a chalkboard.
Yeah.
$2 worth of dollar store chalk, and then I had to put in years before people believed me.
Yeah.
I had to sit in that garage. Look, here's the burns. You see these burns right here?
I do.
These burns are from the gas propane heater in my garage where I started. And it was so cold. And I went to shut. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I was doing my video and I was tired. And it hit the back of those propane heaters. And it burnt me. And I had to sleep. And if you hold your pillow, this is... And obviously that's never going away. That's how deep they were.
Right.
So these are reminders, man. This is humble beginnings. Chalk.
So what were you doing in the garage? Are you just making videos?
Well, because someone said, come down to my studio. They told me what they were charged. I couldn't afford it. So I didn't stop. You can't stop someone that has a mission, right? If you wanted that
what was the mission, though? What were you trying to do? When you
give daughters videos to my daughter, right? But I had a phone. I wanted to go into a studio, make videos, right? And do videos.
Okay, so this whole thing is pretty much for you. You just figured out a way to monetize, I guess.
Well, no, I never wanted to. People told me to. Okay. So that's how this became. This is a creation of God. This is a collision of effort over time.
Okay.
Right? This is called taking a piece of iron that comes from a rock and forging it into an Excalibur sword. That's what this is. Right? It's focused in one area. All I did was videos. People would say, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to podcast, you got to do that. They were telling me everything, and I'm sure I do, but guess what? Until you make 15,000 videos, don't ever tell me how to do what I do.
Yeah.
See, and knowing your value. Listen, not getting sidetracked. It's easy to get sidetracked. And then people want to say, you're popular, you're a star, you're famous. Yo, I don't know anything about what you're talking about, but I got to go running today. I have to feed my kids. They know, for real.
I get it.
Right?
No.
I got to go do donuts today. I got to fill my wife's car. Her car's dirty, right? We had someone that lost their life. Her grandfather, I'm living my life in my lane.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about when people say stuff like that. It doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because guess what? That'll make you sloppy.
Yeah.
Right? The human race. No one's going to give it to you. You can't. You're the only one that can do it. I just told you that if money mattered, Robin Williams wouldn't have killed himself. And if money mattered, you wouldn't see rich fat people.
Yeah.
But you don't want to believe that.
I get it.
And if you don't want to believe that you reprogrammed yourself, then why would you believe the Bible Belt is the South when the North had to free slavery? And why would you believe that this great country was built on life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which is an inalienable right, but yet the people that built this country were rich white landowners that owned slaves? Jefferson, look him up, homie. You put him up here, Thomas Jefferson. I don't know if he was good or not, but how come you're not good?
Right.
Right? You're looking up this guy and you tell everybody about him. He owns slaves.
So if you're a cheerleader for the human race, right? I'm kind of lost again, Shane. How do you get this out? Because people don't know how to take you. Because you can be a bit intimidating to folks, I'm sure. Because I'm sure you don't really curve who you are. You're always going to be who you are.
No, but
right?
No one should. Right?
Yeah,
like
but
here, everyone
do.
should wear their freak. I know. But what they should be is, this guy's happy every day. I need to get my freak on.
Yeah.
I need to get rid of the fake me and come back to the
and
OG.
be yourself.
And here's a community where I can just be me, whatever it is.
Right.
If you like pottery and you want to wear pink shorts all day, do it.
Yeah.
We need happy people, man.
Yeah.
We don't need rich. And listen, throwing rocks at happy people ain't going to make the world happier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw a rock at yourself. Beat yourself up. I kick my own ass so no one else has to.
Yeah. So you're your own worst critic like everybody else is?
Not critic, but I tell myself, dude, you got to stay humble. You got to feed your focus. You got to starve your distractions.
I got you.
Simple. Everything I do is simple. So everyone can do it and everyone needs to do it. There's no special sauce.
We'll go like another 4 minutes would be cool.
There's no special sauce.
Okay. That's cool, man. I appreciate just you taking time out, me being almost like a stranger to a certain degree, walking in here, man. You taking time out of your busy day.
I got appointments all day, man. But I fit this in. I made it happen. Don't worry about that. I made it happen. But I do that. Here's the other thing. I do things right away.
Okay.
I don't. Man, people say, what's your schedule? What do I say? Hey, everyone that knows me, what do I say? I said, let's just make it happen. When are you coming out? I'll make it happen. And see, my dad never showed up. So part of the thing about being a major action person is my dad never showed up. All my football games, anything, he never showed up. He would always say, I'm coming. You tell people all your life, all your friends, that's like, my dad's coming. And he never comes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when you get real and you realize that these things are blessings and lessons, and they're not these bad things you were taught that they were. Mm-hmm. People saying you're going to be like your dad. My dad was a drunk, right? I don't drink. I did, but I used to believe them.
Right.
That I was going to be like him. I am him, right?
Yeah.
Why can't you believe what you want to believe? Belief is a construct. You can change it any time. Look that up.
Yeah.
Because if so, slaves would still be slaves. Because when the words that Jefferson and his boys wrote down, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, was only for them not to pay taxes to the King of England.
Okay.
That's what it was for. Look it up. Look up the real history. But see, the people heard those words and they believed them, so they constructed life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is an inalienable right. So that's how the world has changed. Look at all the monarchs over time that have enslaved people, not just here, but over time.
A lot of people don't, it's all written and it's documented. People are lazy. People want to read. People feel entitled. And it's crazy. Because I say the same thing often. Like Thomas Jefferson and everybody, we salute all this money we have and everything, man. These people, there's some pretty horrible things to other people, man.
But why not look up to if you put all of your energy into looking up to yourself and believing in yourself and reconstructing who you are, you could turn a piece of steel into Excalibur.
I'm with that. And that's why I figured you'd be a very interesting dude, man. And I'm like the whole idea and the premise of BIKEDOPE, man, is just to just give people a glimmer of hope. You know what I mean? And just a shot, and just let people know.
Well, why not take a shot? Look, how about what if you bought into this philosophy?
Okay.
You bought into all the other ones. Why not buy into? Look, take a shot before you go down. Before your last, you're in the bottom of the ninth in your life.
That's why I say people who dare. Like, I dare you to be yourself. I dare you to be yourself. Let's
take a shot.
Just
once.
try it. Yeah, just try it. What do you got to lose?
I mean, if everyone already hates you now, if you suck already, why not go out going your way, right? But why not if you're down on the mat?
No doubt
why
about
not get up and take one more last hit?
Yeah.
I mean, does anyone even know why Buster Douglas, how he was able to beat Mike Tyson? You know, Buster Douglas, if you don't know, is the only boxer to get up off the mat against Mike Tyson when he was at his prime, to get up off the mat after he got knocked down and beat him. The only one.
To beat him, yeah. He was
after he got off the mat to beat him.
Yeah.
After he got knocked down.
Yeah.
And most people don't even know why that is, but there's a reason.
What's the reason?
His mom, 2 days beforehand, told him he was going to beat Mike Tyson. He was going to be champion of the world. And then she died 2 days before the fight.
Okay. I remember the fight, but I don't remember her saying that.
Oh, yeah. But she died 2 days before the
Tokyo,
fight.
Too. I remember that.
So when he was down there, he remembered his mom telling him that. So he did it for his mom.
Yeah.
Right? You got to find your why. What is your why? What are you going to do it for? Most people don't understand that, right? Most people don't understand, that Michael Phelps, I mean, he was counted out. He was counted out. He has ADHD. They wanted to give him medicine for his ADHD and his hyperactivity.
Yeah.
And his mom wouldn't. And look, he went 5 years with no days off to get where he is. Yeah. People think, well, he's just a great swimmer. Really? Well, who gets in the pool and does the laps? I mean, really? LeBron is just a great player.
Yeah.
So is Kobe. Who shoots for these guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you see? When do you see them hanging out?
Yeah.
You're never gonna.
Yeah.
Because they can't. You can't hang out. You can't be a fake cool. People want to be. They want to look cool to their friends. And see, that's the other thing they got to do. They want people to think they're successful, and you'll never be happy that way.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take a few minutes and write down, if you could do anything, what things would make you happy, and just get crazy with it, and then you'll refine that list. But I mean, if somebody can fly, and don't look up to people. If astronauts were so great, that lady that drove down and went after that one guy in diapers, right? Yeah. We had our superintendent here that did something. I don't want to point it out, but all I'm saying is people stop using people's titles and jobs as greatness.
So do you have mentors and stuff like that, or how do you?
I'm my own mentor.
So you don't look up to anybody or anything like that, or?
No. If somebody works hard over a long period of time, I respect their work.
Okay.
But I don't look up to anybody. I thank God for giving His only Son to die on the cross for my sins, Jesus Christ, and He said, get to know Him. And when I put my faith in God is when my life changed. When I tried to do it my way, it didn't. When I put my faith, I mean, look, everyone should have whatever they want, but you're going to have some kind of faith. You have to have something that allows you to believe that you can do it. You have to have some type of belief. And I don't believe in any faith being hateful to another faith.
Right.
Whatever that is that you believe in. But you need to believe in something.
Absolutely.
You need to have some type of faith. And then you got to execute, man. You have to execute when it looks like you're not making progress. That's why it's good to journal. You should journal what you're doing, because then you can.
I've heard a lot of successful people do that.
I video journal. That's why I do so many videos. I journal. Okay. All my stuff's on video. I'm a video person, right? I don't like to read and write. I'm not good at it. It takes too much time for me to try to do it, so I video.
What's the last audio book you read was what?
I've only ever read one book, The Magic of Thinking Big. Amazing. It took me a week to read it.
Audiobooks. You say you're big on audiobooks.
I just listen to ones on YouTube, and I never know the book. I don't go through like a whole book. I just
if you don't follow anybody, if you don't have mentors, and what books do you know how to read and stuff like that? Like, who do you?
I go and do action every day. It's simple. Do what you love and do it every day.
And you find people we're talking about the book, so you go find a person that, like Brian Tracy, whomever that is in the
Brian Tracy, Gary Vee. But I look up, I used to listen to Zig and Tony. Yeah. I mean, that's back when I was 18, 19, 20. Yeah. And now I just listen to some different things to fill my tank. But I mean, I do it every day. I'm living proof. Right. Here's the thing is, I'm the top of all those people because I'm the only one that's documented their life every day.
Yeah.
The first one on social media to show it. To go from nothing to something to everything. I've documented it. So I don't care what people say. I don't need to prove nothing.
So you got
It's out there.
15,000 videos on Facebook and Instagram right now.
YouTube.
So you can just scroll on YouTube as well.
You can find if you just Google my name, you'll see me everywhere.
So you say, I got a buddy of mine, a really good brother of mine, who's one of my military buddies. He's a chef. You say you're the chef of the house, right?
Yeah, I love cooking.
What's your favorite? Your best dish is what?
Hey, last night, and having 4 kids and knowing like one likes cheese, one doesn't like melted cheese, one can't have dairy. Right? You're making all these meals. Got to use olive oil, right? So last night, and then the one's like, oh, we love chili. I love making chili. I love making goulash. We had pork with rice and broccoli. We steamed the broccoli.
Tell them about the iron. They want to know about the iron. What's the thing?
Well, when you cook out of cast iron pans, your body actually gets the iron into the bloodstream. It's a great way to absorb iron into your body. So if you know someone anemic, they should get cast iron pans to cook with. But it's healthy. It's the healthiest way to eat.
And no microwaves at all?
No microwaves.
So what is your diet
What
like?
microwave do is, I eat everything, but I just don't eat a ton of everything,
I
right?
guess you.
So I love pizza and hoagies and waffles, but I try to eat pretty good. Yeah. I try to eat organic food. I do lyocin every day.
What is that?
That's so I don't get sick, which I haven't been in 3 years, praise God. Turmeric is for your joints. I'm familiar with turmeric. Cinnamon for the blood pressure. I get all organic stuff.
Yeah, we do too.
I do the carotene, fish oil, garlic, honey, local honey, with the apple cider vinegar. So I do that stuff every day.
I have a son who has sickle cell, and he's 4 years old. And I don't know if you're familiar with sickle cell, but sickle cell is a pretty rare blood disease, and I'm biracial. And my wife is black, and my father was black, my mother's white. So it turned. She carried the trait, and I had the trait from my father, inherited. And when we hooked up, it turned into a numbers game, 1 in 4 chance that you would have this. So he's always like anemic. He like a regular cold for him can go, turn into something really.
Oh, you should see about lyocin. Lyocin is for your immune system, so I take lyocin. And
the reason I asked that is because the medication stuff is scary. Because
look at the side effects.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I
worry about his liver and organ stuff. Just damages and stuff like that. So it hurts. But
yeah, you can eat your way to health.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is you can eat your way to health.
Yeah.
Spend time on your body. Your body's your baddest machine on the planet, right? The most complicated. Do you know there's more neuron connectors than in your brain than there are stars in the universe?
I didn't know that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but remember, your mind thinks in picture. Get some pictures of what you want, right? Like, don't let anyone tell you your feelings are wrong, but also own all your feelings. When I'm angry, I'm angry. Like, I'm the happiest angry dude. Like, I don't care what people tell me what I am, right? Like, if you're telling me what I am, then you're not spending time on yourself.
Yeah.
And I tell people, and I've lost friends over this, but it just has to be what it has to be. I have to be me. I said, look, because people want to give you advice all the time, and I don't allow that anymore. So I tell people, if I don't ask you or I'm not paying you, don't give me advice.
So
you
how
need
can
to
somebody
stop
be
doing
your friend then, Shane? Like, what do you consider a friend? Like, a real friend to you would be
I don't
what?
have really many friends. I hang out. I have 4 kids and my wife, right?
Okay.
So I have a couple people that are my friends. A very few. Because most people say the word friend. They don't even know what a friend is.
Well, a friend to you is what then?
A friend to me
is what?
Is loyal. Loyalty is the most important thing.
Always.
So that's it. But most people aren't. Their families aren't even loyal to them. Most people have pipe dreams of what they think family is and what they think loyalty is, and they don't believe in themselves and take care of themselves enough to be confident. So for someone to get close to me, they have to have results for a long time, man. I'm 48. I'm very restrictive to who. Now I'm casual acquaintances with a lot of people.
There you go.
Because I'm a cheerleader for the human race.
Right.
But close, there's not. No one should really have too many. You let too many people in, you're going to get distracted.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
That's fair.
And if you have a mission, like I got a worldwide mission, man, that is to let the whole human race. Me being successful or not successful has nothing to do with you. But you being successful has everything to do with everyone else.
I get that.
Everyone just needs to do them and be them. And with that, when you really are focused, nothing else matters. Everything else attracts to you.
Yeah.
So the right things and the
Like
right
this. Like, I believe that. Like, for me to sit down with you is an honor because this is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time.
I appreciate
it. And like
I'm
I told you, man, when I had my episode of my heart attack, man, I had to pull the trigger. I had to do something because I'm a hardworking guy. Like, I've driven trucks and I've been through York and I've been all around just East Coast driving.
Yeah.
And I hated every minute of it. The money was crazy, but that's.
But that's chasing happiness and not getting it, right? Like, that's exactly a good example because that's how I was trained to do everything, right?
Yeah.
Go do all this stuff to gather for your kids, and then the work lies to you, right? Because family doesn't matter. Their profits matter.
Yeah.
So they start telling you we hired you because we need you, right? Yep. So they want you to cancel your family events. They don't care about your kid's birthday. It's crazy, You know
what I struggle with? This is good for me because I'm totally like just just trying to do my own thing and just find my own truth, if you will. But there's a lot of people who aren't in my circle, and they don't buy into necessarily that.
But they don't need to. They don't. Only you need to. The right things will be attracted to you. I live in flow. Like, I can't make you change, but you are not going to hold me back from change. No, for real.
I get it.
And you got to own it that bad. It's that fierce. Like, people understand it is a war out there. It is a battle. It is easy to be average, and it is hard to be savage.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that's why you need your daily habits. If you don't have those, then you get depressed. You feel bad. You feel lonely. Look, there's 4 things that I don't make decisions, or I try to not make decisions when I'm in these 4 states.
Okay.
When I'm hungry, angry, tired, or lonely.
Okay.
If you're lonely, call somebody. It's not good to be lonely and make decisions. If you're tired, get some rest. If you're angry, get your state better. Don't make decisions when you're angry. And if you're hungry, eat something. Halt. Hungry, angry, tired, or lonely.
So what do you got to say for people who think that they're going to watch this, they're going to hear this podcast, they're going to think you're crazy?
I am. And so are you, but you're not owning you're crazy. See, you're trying to be average. You're trying to be like everyone else. I'm saying is
my job is to
get your freak on. I know I'm intense, right? Because I'm the 1%, right? I am the actual legitimate everything that you've ever heard about or been about or seen about. I'm the modern day freaking Rocky, man. And not that I'm great, but my work ethic and dedication is unparalleled. Anybody can do it. Effort is free. You can join the 1% whenever you want. The 1% is not a mindset. You're not born to it. You have to pay the piper every effing day. To be the 1%. So whenever you want to start.
I think I'm starting because I'm here today. I'm talking to you.
You're definitely starting.
You out of all these people in the world.
You're definitely
you know what?
And look, I'm a cheerleader for the human race. People should look at me and say, if Shane can do it, then gosh darn it, I can definitely do it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is they don't even see what's happening when it's happening because I have so much fun. They don't know how I'm having so much fun because I'm doing joyful activities.
And this is your thing. You can tell. So I can see the happiness and this is your stick, man. I'm glad I met you, honestly.
But this wasn't my destination.
Okay.
Remember, I did it for my daughters, and it turned into this.
Right? That's
crazy.
Yeah.
What attraction, energy, God, whatever you want to call it, what they'll give you when you jump off the cliff.
Mm-hmm. I like it, brother.
People want to take a slide to success. Yeah, right. Yo, you can't run downhill and get trophies. You got to run up the mountain, and guess what? You ain't going to run, you're going to crawl sometimes, right?
I hear you, brother.
And you know what happens? The higher you go, the windier it gets, so the weak stuff falls away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That means friends are going to get blown away.
Absolutely.
Right? They're going to hate on you. Some are going to be false. You know, the hardest thing, I'm going to leave you with this, is getting rid of ambiguous friends is the hardest decision you're going to make.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ones that don't like you.
Yeah.
But you don't know the ones that act like they like you and don't. And those are the ones that spoil the seed.
I got you. So it's a process.
It's there you said it right there.
It's a process.
Lifelong.
Right?
And the more time you spend in your cookie mix, the sweeter the cookie's going to be. The more time you're out of your own kitchen looking out the window, you're going to spoil the cookies.
Absolutely, sir. Shane, it's been an honor and a pleasure. Absolutely, sir. To sit down and take this time with you. Everybody, Shane the Train is definitely the real deal. And he definitely has my vote. And I'm glad for me first, and then for me to be able to be in position to have a little bit of insight to push this out to the world, to let them hear this, man. If you haven't heard him already, how can they follow you?
Well, let everybody know on my live feed who you are. You can follow me. You just type in my name. You'll follow me. I'm everywhere on social media. The Shane Train, Shane DeGarry. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Those are my main things. I'm on LinkedIn and everything else. But basically, the Shane_Train is my Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
And mine, my Facebook is BIKEDOPE, and my Instagram, of course, is BIKEDOPE1000. And this podcast can be downloaded on Stitcher, like Stitches, but Stitcher with an R. I'm working my way towards iTunes and iHeartRadio and that kind of stuff, all different platforms. But for now, I know for sure it's free and it's on Stitcher. So your people can download Stitcher and they can hear this whole conversation, as well as the other 4 or 5 we had, the other podcasts I've done with other people, who pretty much aren't as geared up as you and as wired as you are, but I think it's really genuine with you. I think this is no bullshit, no BS approach, man. I think.
Well, I didn't get ready for this. I don't get ready for interviews.
Well, me neither.
You know what I mean?
These are my notes. But
I'm glad you came. I give a lot of love to people that travel like you did. Tell them who you are. Everyone out there on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
I give major love. When you do that, you get connections you didn't realize you were going to get. You get value you didn't realize you were going to get.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, my name is John Agnew. I came from Detroit, Michigan. I live in Charlotte, and I was in New Jersey, so I covered like 4 or 5 states in 2 days. Now I'm going back home. I got a 7-hour drive home, but I wanted to sit down with this man before anything and see if it was real, because I'm a pretty good judge of character, I like to say, despite whatever. And I think, but I'm about energy and that kind of stuff first. And this dude is official, man. So thank you.
And I wear a consignment store clothes. Yo, here's the thing. I don't like worrying about what I wear every day. Here's one thing you should know about me. I could care less about what I wear. Yeah, people tell me to look nice, so I go to consignment stores and I buy these clothes. What you should know about me is I don't have any interest in what I wear. And then listen, I'm very efficient about my decisions, so I don't like to make decisions I don't need to. It's a waste of time. Okay. Sounds crazy, right?
No.
People want to get involved in all these things and make decisions. I don't. I only want to make the ones I have to that have to do with what I'm working on.
So that's it. Well, I got to cut you off in a minute, but let me ask you this about your wife, right? How does that work?
We cuddle every day. Yo, we take naps every day. She left her job. We have an insurance business. We have insurance business for 11 years. Yo,
that's cool.
And we take naps every day.
So is she the boss of the house, or how does that work? Since
man,
you're
she's my best friend, and her and my kids. My kids and my wife are the boss of the house.
There you
100%.
go. There you go.
I'm a servant. I work for them. Listen, I want them to be happy. So I want to do things that make them happy.
I hear you.
So yeah, this ain't about the money. They'll tell you that. They know. It's about being happy, man. We're a great family. We asked our kids. We're a blended family before we got married, and we got their permission on all our kids. Now they might not agree, but back then, 11 years ago, they did. But
Shane,
just be okay with making mistakes. Don't be so hard on yourself. Like seriously, don't be so hard on yourself. You're freaking awesome, but you do have to put work into awesome. A diamond doesn't become a diamond. Most people don't even realize that when you get granite out of a quarry, it looks horrible until they polish it. Have you ever seen granite?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that's granite?
Yeah.
And then they polish it and they can leather it now and do all this stuff.
Right on.
So.
Right on. All right.
We're staying on Facebook Live. He's getting off the podcast.
It's a Shane Train. It's the real deal. I appreciate it. BIKEDOPE1000, everybody. Stitcher's the app. Download it, BIKEDOPE. Type in BIKEDOPE and you can hear all the magic happens. Thank you so much, man.